Cutter Gauthier Beanpot semifinal against Boston University. This game happened a few days ago. We're going to look at it here, though, look at some of his best moments. I thought that for Cutter, this was really a game where we saw a lot more flashes of his different tools, both skating, shooting, manipulation, playmaking, some physicality. I thought that he really brought it in a game that really demanded it against a rival, a big game. You know that the Beanpot is a big deal in college hockey in Boston. So with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. All right, first clip that we're going to watch here is going to be a zone entry from Cutter Gauthier, just showing his speed and his ability to transition the puck. So look for him right here, middle of the screen. We're going to watch it a few times here. So it builds up a little speed with some crossovers, move to separate from the defender, inside out move along the perimeter, and then looks to make a centering play. You can really see him just building that speed. A little bit of manipulation there on the outside. And this element of his game is something that, I don't think people think of quite as much with him, but is going to be an important factor once he gets to Anaheim. He has to be able to at least pull his weight in terms of carrying the puck, in terms of crossing that offensive blue line. But what I do like to see about this play is as he pulls in here, watch as he kind of pulls that puck into his forehand and then goes back out. So right here, inside out, just kind of freezes the defender for a split second. It's a really nice sequence, I think, from Cutter Gauthier. Even though nothing comes of it, we do see some tools and some kind of forward thinking from him. All right, more transition work here from Cutter. So on this play, look for him right here. He's going to start out in his own zone, build up speed off the puck, and then eventually carry it all the way down into the Boston University zone. So right here, makes himself available, builds up speed off puck, has a speed differential with 25 there in white, pulls the puck to his backhand, tries to center it, nothing really there. But I just like the process and the setup here where he gets that puck in stride, constantly moving his feet, building speed with crossovers, and you can really see that 25, the player he beats in the neutral zone, Cutter spots that he has a differential there with in terms of speed. He kind of looks at him and sees, oh, he's a little flat-footed, and he's able to just really blow by him. So right here, you're going to see that he's actually going to pick up his head for just a split second and see that 25 right here is flat-footed, which means he can just blow right past him. So let's play that again. Picks his head up, boom, right there. Maybe even a little bit of a head fake. Just really good work. Again, that transition ability. It's not maybe the calling card of his game or what people associate with him the most, but if he can just keep building these habits and building that speed off puck, it's just going to be a nice addition to the Anaheim lineup. All right, so we're going to see some re-entry here by Cutter Gauthier, so watch for him right here, number 19. Boston University is going to struggle to break the puck out, and he's just going to kind of stay above the puck, eventually pounce on that turnover, and just dashes in, kind of gets inside leverage using his inside shoulder, cuts into the middle, and you can tell the goalie's thinking pass because how the goalie's basically in the middle of the net as he gets to the face-off dot. So watch that goalie. Maybe you'd like to see Cutter pass the puck here into that open man or open-ish man in the slot area, but this was a good shot here. And that passing lane wasn't available all that long. It was only maybe there for a split second. We know that he's a shooter, and I think right here it's a smart shot because you can clearly see, and we'll pause it. You can clearly see that the goalie's cheating just a little bit. So right here, look at how the goalie's positioned. So he knows that this is a potential passing option. He's trying not to overcommit to the shot, not trying to overplay it. But what happens is you're leaving a bunch of net exposed on that blocker side. Cutter picks up on that, and the goalie makes a nice blocker save. But I think it's a smart shot from Cutter Gauthier here. And now some back checking from Cutter. So right here, keep an eye out on him. He's going to do a good job of closing on the puck, and actually we're going to see some physicality from Gauthier. As we talked about earlier, this is a big game. It was the semifinal for the Beanpot, and I thought that he brought a lot of good intensity in this game, a lot more than we usually see from him. So puck comes out to him. He's not able to control it. BU recovers the puck, and he just does a good job of tracking his man. He sees that the puck's bobbling a little bit. That's usually a good tell of, okay, it's time to pressure the puck. And so he gets his stick on the puck, and he sees that he has an opportunity to finish the check, and just separates him from the puck. Eventually, BC would actually turn it over afterwards, and there were some miscues. There were a lot of miscues from BC early in this game, but I like to see this kind of intensity and this physicality from Cutter Gauthier, because at the end of the day, he does have, he has good size, he has a good frame, he's strong, he's powerful, he's just got to use it. And when he does stuff like this, you just want to see more of it. All right, more speed from Cutter Gauthier. This time, he's going to start off in his own zone, again, building that speed and just going all the way through the neutral zone into the BU zone. So watch him just build up with crossovers all the way up, and then eventually just kicks it out to his teammate there for a shot. But I really like to see him, building up that speed. I think he's got a pretty decent skating stride. Maybe he could be a little more bent over, maybe a little more, generating a little more power out of his pushes. But I think that he shows some pretty good skating posture, some pretty good skating technique here. I'm no skating guru or anything like that, but forward crossovers is something that you hear a lot of from skills coaches, scouts. That's a great way to build speed. Just watch Connor McDavid in the NHL. So much of what he's doing going forward, skating up ice, is actually being generated with crossovers. And here, Cutter's doing that. He's attacking in a pattern, trying to kind of manipulate the forechecker there, his defender. So again, another example of maybe he's got a little more speed, a little more transition ability than we thought. All right, so on this shift, we're really going to see, I think, what's most exciting to me about Cutter Gauthier is his ability to get open and find shots. And on this shift, BC is really controlling. They were actually able to get a line change in zone, in Boston University's zone, which is, you rarely see that, but they were really controlling. So BU's out there a little flat-footed. It's probably important to note that context. But even still, Cutter's doing a good job of getting into the right spots, looking for his shot, taking it to the net there, as you can see, just really imposing himself. And you can actually see in the top right corner the zone time counter. BU's just all out of gas on this sequence, but man, he does such a good job of just getting open, looking for his shot. I love that we see different elements of his offensive game off the cycle on this sequence. So one, the ability to get open, taking the right routes, looking for the soft ice, but two, we're going to see, as you can see as it progresses, taking the puck, getting it off the wall and attacking the middle. I just love that right there. I think that's with his size, with his skill, and with some of his skating ability, you want to see that as much as you possibly can. So just going to pause it here real quickly. I just love the route that he takes right here, that he's going to take to get into the middle. Just kind of sees that these defenders just aren't looking at him, and he's just going to exploit that and get into the middle. I love that. I think that's exactly, to me, that's his, I don't want to say that's his best gift or his best ability, because it sounds kind of like, well, what the heck? He's a big guy, skater, shooter, all of that. But that recognition to get into this dangerous area, that's what the Ducks really need, is kind of an off-puck, sneaky shooter type. And the puck doesn't actually find him there, but if you're exploiting the fact that defenders aren't looking at you, that they're not covering you, and you just slip in, more often than not, the puck is going to find you. The puck will get to you. You'll be able to get your shots. You'll get better shots. So out of all the sequences in this game, to me, this was really just the most exciting, because it really shows all of his different offensive tools. All right, late game sequence as BC is furiously trying to come back against BU. So look for Cutter there. Just an example of him winning inside body position, and again, using his frame to win battles. See right there, just kind of lowers the shoulder. No one's there to help him out on BC, but again, it's just smartly using his body and his frame, his physical advantages to his own benefit. So again, it's not a big thing, it's a small thing, but it's those little details where with Cutter, when he wants it, when he actually imposes himself, he's just a different player. There's a lot of games where he's not really doing this. He's not maybe leveraging those assets as well as he could. We can all speculate on what those reasons are. Who knows? There's just some games where he doesn't have to because the level of competition isn't as high. But when he's doing it, when he's challenged, he is just a different player. He looks like he could be a difference maker. We'll see if he keeps it up. It was a big game. There's going to probably be a little bit of a drop off after this. I'm sure once he gets to the NHL, though, there's going to be that kind of hunger, that desire to make a difference, to show what he can do. And I would hope and expect to see more of this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, though. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to subscribe to the Crash the Pond YouTube channel. Check out our Crash the Pond podcast. And on that note, we'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.